Yeah, hi students. So good evening to all. So my name is Prakash. So I am the math tutor for this class, for this webinar rather. Okay, so let's wait for another 1 minute or 30 seconds and see if anybody joins. Okay, then we'll start the class. Okay, I hope you guys know today's topic. Today we are going to discuss about the linear equations, the pair of linear equations with two variables, obviously. So yeah, we'll start from basics. Just a moment, okay? Okay, so I think we can start. I hope everyone can hear me, and I have shared the PPT on the whiteboard. I hope everyone can see that as well. Okay, so in between, if you have any questions, guys, please unmute and ask me. Okay, so just interrupt me and ask me if you have any questions. If you're not understanding anything, please stop me and ask. Or else you can also ask me the questions on the chat. So what is linear equation? So the linear equation is a straight line equation. So the linear is nothing but a straight line. So linear equation is nothing but this is the equation for the straight line. What do you mean by a straight line? You might have a question, isn't it? So the straight line can be horizontal, straight line can be vertical or diagonal, or in any direction, right? It doesn't matter. It can be in any directions. All are straight lines. I have written in different directions now. So the linear equations is a equation for a straight line. So this is linear. So in linear equations, we have two variables. First thing, what do you mean by variables, guys? The variables is nothing but the letters, which means we are going to get two letters in these linear equations. So we can call it as a XY generally, but it doesn't matter if it is A, B or any other variable. But the basic thing, Y2 variable, one is the input, the other one is the output. Okay, so that's why the two variables. So what is the standard form of linear equation? Hope everyone knows that. You could have heard or learned these things, which is ax plus by equals to c. So this is the standard form of linear equation. This is how the linear equation is represented, where a, b, c are the constants or the numbers. X is an input, y is the output. I hope everyone knows this. Okay, then we do have one more way of representing, which is nothing but a slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form. What is that? Which is we are just writing using y. So y equals to mx plus c or a b. We can take either b and c. That's fine. So where m is a slope and c is the y-intercepts, guys. So we'll discuss these things briefly. Just a second. Yeah. So just go through the definitions. So this is what I have explained. The linear equation is an equation for a straight line. The basic, rather standard form of a linear equation is ax plus by equals to c. A, B, C are the numbers, constants, non-zero numbers, you can say. X, Y are the variables. As I said, X is an input, Y is an output. Okay, so how the example linear equations looks like? Just have a look at the below examples. This is how the linear, which means the 2x plus 5y equals to 9. In this, a value is 2, the constant, the b value is 5, and the c value is 9. So which is in the form of ax plus by equals to c. So the next thing, this is the other one I explained, right? So this is another way of explaining, or rather representing, the straight line or a linear equation, which is slope-intercept form. This form is nothing but slope-intercept form. Why? Because where m is nothing but a slope or a gradient, we used to call it as. Okay, in different countries we used in different ways, but slope and gradient is same. I hope you guys know that. So m is a slope, c is the y-intercept. Y-intercept. You might have a question, what is y-intercept? But I hope most of the students know, or rather all of them might know this. If not, I will explain anyway. So this is slope-intercept form because it contains both slope and y-intercept. And x and y are, as I said, input and outputs respectively. So y equals to mx plus c. So this is another other way of representing the linear equation. Okay, so that's what we're going to discuss now. So how to find the x and y intercepts? How to find the x and y intercepts? Or rather, what do you mean by x and y intercept? Let's go to the whiteboard. So just assume this is a graph which has an x-axis and a y-axis, as you all know. So let's draw one linear equation. So what do you mean by a linear equation? As I said, it's a straight line. So the graph, the linear equation, or any graph which crosses the x-axis, this is the x-axis. The graph which crosses the x-axis is nothing but x-intercept. The graph which crosses the y-axis is nothing but y-intercept. I hope you guys know this. I hope you understand now, at least. Yeah. So what is x-intercept? The line, the graph which crosses or which intersects the x-axis, and the y-intercept intersects the y-axis. So what is this value? Okay, let's take a randomly here. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3 and 4. So let's say in this case 1, 2, 3. So can anybody tell me what is the value of x-intercept and y-intercept here? Anyone? Okay. I got so x-intercept is 2, and Sultan said 3, 2. So 3, 2 is a point. It's not 3, 2. So you are saying, I'm just assuming you are saying as a x-intercept as a 2 and y-intercept as a 3. Might be, but make sure that we are writing using the point coordinate, which means what is this point is nothing but, this point is not only 2, this point is 0, 2, 0. Isn't it? So x-intercept is 2, 0. And y-intercept would be 0, 3. Just have a look at that, 0, 3. I hope, Sultan, and then you mean to say these things. So what you understand from this point, as you see, in x-intercepts, y value is always 0. So we have written the x-intercept as 2, 0. So x value is 2, y value is 0. So in x-intercept, one more way of explaining, the other way of explaining the x-intercept is x-intercept, y equals to 0 y value is 0 when to find the x-intercept. For x-intercept, y value is always 0. Rather, for y-intercept, x value is always 0. I hope you understand. So what I mean to say, to find the x-intercept, you can use the graph like this, which crosses the x-axis, or x-intercept at y value is 0 and y-intercept at x value is 0. I hope you guys understand this. So please let me know, guys, if you have any questions, anybody. Okay. So if not, let me share the PPT. Just go through the definition, guys. So this is what I have explained. By using X and Y-intercept, we can easily draw the graph. That we'll learn. Okay. So how to find the X and Y-intercepts? So for X-intercept, just substitute Y value as a 0, and for Y-intercept, just substitute X value as a 0. Okay. So you might have a question how. So we'll try some questions. So find X and Y-intercepts of this question. Okay. So please find the X and Y-intercepts of this question. Okay, let me change the sign, guys. Yeah. You can try if you want to anybody answer, but if anybody wants to answer. So one way, so to find the X-intercept, what we learned, we are going to substitute y equals to 0, which means you are going to substitute y equals to 0 in the above equation, in the given equation, where we get 2x minus 3 times 0 equals to 12. 3 times 0 is 0, as you know all. And then 2x equals to 12 and x equals to 6, which is, if you want me to write one more step, I will do that. X equals to 12 by 2. So x equals to 6. So what is x-intercept here, guys? We are not supposed to say it's just a 6. We have to say in the form of a point, which is 0, 6. It's not 0, 6, Sultan. It's 6, 0. Yeah. Okay. That's nice. So that's the answer. That is the x-intercept point. Okay. So because y 6, 0, not 0, 6, because the x value, the input in a pair, x value comes first. I hope everyone knows that. And how to find the y-intercepts, guys? Let's quickly do this. So how to find the y-intercept? At x equals to 0, right? So just substitute x equals to 0 in the given equation. We'll get minus 3y equals to 12. Y equals to 12 divided by 12 divided by minus 3. So y value would be minus 4. I hope everyone agrees to this. And what is the y-intercept here? The y-intercept, x, 0, x value is 0, y value is minus 4. So that is the y-intercept here. Guys, please let me know. Can you substitute the other value? What do you mean by other value? Like what? I didn't understand really. We are not supposed to. For x value, we just need to, for x-intercept, we need to substitute y equals to 0. For y-intercept, we need to substitute x equals to 0. That's it. Okay. So please let me know, guys, if you have any questions, and let me know if you want to try one more question. If not, we'll move on to the next type. Anybody wants to try the similar question, similar type of question? Okay, Sultan said yes. Okay, let's try. So find the x and y-intercepts of this equation. 5x minus 4y equals to minus, let's say, 20. So find x and y-intercept. So I'm just writing x-intercepts. How do you find the x-intercept? So how do you find x-intercept? You are going to substitute y value as a 0. Okay. So please substitute y value as a 0 in this equation. So 5x minus, okay, I think few students answered minus 4 times 0 equals to minus 20. And 5x equals to 4 times 0 becomes a 0. So 5x equals to negative 20 and x equals to negative 20 by 5. So we'll get x equals to negative 4. Okay. So what is x-intercept, guys? X value, which is minus 4, comma, y value, which is 4, comma 0. This is the value for the x-intercept. So now let's find the y-intercept. So how to find the y-intercept? At x equals to 0, guys. So just substitute x equals to 0 in the given equation. Okay. So you need to substitute in the given equation. So 5x, 5 times 0 minus 4y equals to negative 20. So 5 times 0 becomes a 0. So 4y minus 4y equals to minus 20. Y equals to negative 20 divided by negative 4. So what is 20? Negative 20 divided by negative 4, which is 5, right? So y equals to 5. So what is the y-intercept from point? X comma y. X value is 0. So the top one we have substituted x value as a 0. So 0 comma y value, which is 5. So this is the y-intercept. Sultan, I think you said 0 comma 1, but it is 0 comma 5. I hope you understand that. Please let me know, guys, if you have any questions. Can't you divide 20 from minus 4 to make it 1? What do you mean by that? Can't you divide 20 from minus 4? If you divide 20 divided by 4, yeah. If you divide 20 by 4, we will get 5, right? Yeah. Okay then. So that's it. This is how we used to find, rather we need to find the x and y intercepts. If the equation is given, please use this method. If the graph is given, let me show you. Okay, I have a graph in the PPT somewhere. Just a second. Yeah, here. Okay, so I will draw a graph randomly here. Just give a second. Give me a second. Yep. Just a second, guys. So can you please, can anyone tell me what is the x and y intercepts of this graph, this line? So this is, I mean, these are the points. And please tell me, guys, what is x-intercept? This is x-intercept. I hope everyone knows this. This is the x-intercept, the graph which crosses the x-axis. So x-intercept is 2, 0. And y-intercept, this is a y-intercept, which is 0, 1. Perfect. Yes. Yes, Sultan. Yep. So I hope you guys understand like how to find the x and y intercepts of both ways, in a sense, if the equation is given and when the graph is given. Okay. Now we are going to discuss or learn how to solve the linear equations. Solving the system of linear equations. So for example, if two equations are given how to find the input and output value, which is how to find the X and Y value. We are going to use these types, these methods, you can call it as substitution, the elimination, and the graphing methods. Okay, so these are the basic methods we have in a syllabus, but going forward in a class 11 and all, you're going to learn the matrix method and the Cramer's rule and all. Okay, but as of now, we'll discuss of, we'll solve using these three methods. Okay, so before solving the equations, I will tell you like what are the different types of solutions we might get. Y equals to 5x plus 3, y equals to 7x plus 9. So these are the two equations, for example, they have given to solve. Just assume we are not solving. So they asked you to solve this question. Rather, we get a question stating that solve this question, which means we are going to find the value of X and Y after solving this. We can use any of the method. We can use the substitution method, elimination method, or the graphing method. So that we'll learn that a little later. So now what I mean to ask, can anyone tell me what is the slope of the first equation? Slope is represented as a m. So please tell me the slope of first line. So I'm writing as a m1, the slope of second line as a m2. Please tell me the slope of first line and second line. Anyone? Gradient, I mean. Waiting for your answers, guys. What is the slope of line 1 and line 2? No, no one? Okay, so I'm not tried it. 5 is the first answer and 7 is the second answer. Okay, so let me explain to you guys all then. So what is the slope intercept form? What is the slope intercept form? Y equals to mx plus b or c. We can use anything here. We just learned, sometime back we learned, isn't it? Slope intercept form, where m is nothing but a slope or a gradient. C is nothing but a y-intercept. So y value of y-intercept. Okay. So what is the given equation, guys, here? The first equation is 5x plus 3. What is the value of m here? 5. So that is the slope of first line. If you're comparing the general standard form, slope intercept form, with the second equation, so what is the value of m there, guys? M equals to 7. That is the slope. Please let me know, guys, if you are not able to understand. So happy to explain again. So seems like I'm not getting any responses. Anybody has any doubts or you want me to explain again? Try one more question. Okay. So seems like I haven't got any response. I hope you can hear me, everyone. It would be great, guys, if you respond something. Okay. Okay. So now let's try then. Okay. Let's try and discuss a bit more of a slope. Okay, that's nice. That's correct, Sultan. Okay, so I thought we already moved from rise over run. Okay, so that is the basic way of representing. So that is slope. Yes, that is also slope. So those run over rise, rise over run and all, you could have learned in class 8 and 9 itself, right? So which is change in y. Slope is nothing but change in y. What do you mean by change in y and change in x? Change in x. So which is, this is del y divided by del x. This is nothing but a change in x or a change in y. Okay. So I will explain the difference between these things. Okay. So slope, this is the things you could have learned. The change in y divided by change in x, which is what is the difference between y and what is the difference between the x. What is that x means? What is the difference or rather distance of the x, y line divided by the difference of the x line, horizontal line, x axis line. That is nothing but a slope. Okay. So or else we can say rise over run, right? That's what you said. So that is also a slope. Rise over run. So this is also a slope. So, but what I was explaining, we already completed all these things. You might heard the one more formula, y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So this is nothing but the difference of y values divided by the difference of x values. This is another, the formula to find the value or find the slope value. Okay, so let me explain what is rise over run, Sultan, as you asked. Okay, where is the graph? Here. Yeah, so just assume this is a graph. This looks better. Just a second. Just a second, guys. Okay, just assume graph. So how to find the slope of this graph? How do you find the slope of this graph? One thing you know that this graph is decreasing. So it has a negative slope. I hope everyone knows that. Then how do you find the slope? You are going to pick the 2 points. You are going to pick the 2 points. You can pick the X and Y-intercept if you want to. This 4, 0 and 0, 8. You can use the formula, which is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. We will get the slope. And what is rise over run? You can just draw a line, draw a triangle for this. So what is the distance from here to here? So this is nothing but a rise, right? So rise, what is the distance? You can see that 0 to 8, which is 8. And this is the run. So what is the distance we have here, which is 4. This is a run. So what do you mean by slope then? Slope or a gradient. Rise over run. But since the line is decreasing, we need to add a negative line, negative sign. So negative 8 over 4. So the slope is negative 2. I hope Sultan understand that. Okay, I hope you understand, Sultan, that. So what is rise over run? So same, that is also a slope. We can find the slope in different ways. Rise over run is one form, one way of representing slope. Okay, that is one formula you can call it as. We can use the formula y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Sorry, here it is x1. Yeah, x1. We can use this formula. Shall we use? Let's try and use this formula. What will happen? y2, what is the value of y2? 8 minus 0 divided by x2 value. What is x2? 0 minus 4. So what is 8 divided by minus 4, guys? Minus 2. See, if you use the formula or if you are using rise over run, it doesn't matter. We'll ended up getting the same slope, which is slope. I hope you understand. So how do we represent? How do we usually represent the slope or a formula for slope? We have many. For example, starting from change in y divided by change in x, or else del y divided by del x, which is nothing but the difference between the y values and the difference between the x values. So which is same as rise over run. Please let me know, guys, if you have any questions. So we already learned, you could have learned all these things in a class 8 or a 9. So now we are learning with the slope intercept form. What is slope intercept form? Y equals to mx plus c. If any equation is given, for example, this equation, what is the slope of this equation? Okay, if the graph is given, if the points are given, you guys know how to find the slope. But if equation is given, it's even simpler. You will check what at m place or m position of m, which value is there. That is the value of a slope. That is the value answer for the slope. So here in this equation, the slope is the plus 6. Guys, please let me know if you have any questions now. Anybody? Would like to hear from you guys. Anna, Sultan, what is C? C is y-intercept. Mx plus C. M is nothing but a slope. C is nothing but a y-intercept. Okay. You might have a question. We learned the other way around, right? The y-intercept. But this is the other one more method you can say to find y-intercept. So how to find y-intercept? X equals to 0. The same thing, but here this is another way. I will tell you if you have any questions, surely I will explain. Y equals to 8x minus 7. So what is the value of m here? Anybody? What is the value of m, guys, here? Others? Yes. Value of m is 8, which means the slope is 8. What is y-intercept then? What is y-intercept? Y-intercept is 7. C equals to 7. Negative 7. Very good. Very good. Okay, Sultan, that is negative 7. Okay. So let's try using the other method we learned, which is how to find the y-intercept, guys, at x equals to 0, right? Y-intercept at x equals to 0. Please substitute x equals to 0 in this equation. Y equals to 8 times 0 minus 7. So we got y equals to 7. So that is the y-intercept, guys. 0 comma minus 7 is a y-intercept. That's why the C is nothing but a y-intercept. I hope this clears your doubts if you have any. What do you think, Sultan? Saxena? Any questions? Okay. Okay, so we are not concentrating on slope, how to find the slope today. That's why I haven't explained that. I thought of explaining the webinar is about the system of linear equations, which is finding or solving the linear equations. Okay. You guys know that how to solve these equations. How to solve these equations. Which means since we have only one variable, we are going to find the value of x. Right? So what you guys do, you will move this 9 to the other side. You will get 11 minus 9 and 2x equals to 2 and x equals to 1. So you guys know, you might learn all these things. So this is a linear equation with one variable. If we have two variables, same, let's take it this way. Is it possible to find the value of a x or a y here? using one equation, it's not possible. So we are going to use the two equations. So yes, we need to, yeah, we need two equations. So we are going to solve these equations using the methods I have mentioned, which is substitution, the elimination, or a graphing method. Any of the method we can use to find the x value and the y value. Okay. So let's learn the, what do you call it, the substitution method first. So what I will do, I will teach both substitution and elimination method, when to use which one. Okay, so which method is easier to use in which cases, what are the cases, and when to use which method. Okay, all these things I will explain. I will try to explain. Okay. Solve x plus y equals to 3, y equals to x plus 5. So this is the questions. These are the two equations are given. We need to find, or rather we need to solve and find the value of x and y. So which method you are going to use, guys? Anybody? Which method? Elimination or substitution? We can use any of the method here. Since y equals to x plus 5 is given in the second equation, so I will suggest you to use the substitution method. So that's what I'm going to explain. So substitution method. Okay. So what you will do, you will write the first equation as it is. Okay, we don't have a space. Let's try in the same place. So first equation, x plus y equals to 3. Second equation, y equals to x plus 5. So this is y, right? So in the second equation, y equation is given, y value is given, just think of. So just replace the first equation y, with the second equation. What is the second equation y value? Just x plus 5. So I am going to replace y as a, if you want me to write this equation once, I will do that. So this is the first equation. Then what I will do, this is the y value. I will replace this y with x plus 5 equals to 3. Then simplify. 2x plus 5 equals to 3. And then solve. 2x equals to 3 minus 5, which is negative 2. So what is x? Negative 2 by 2. So which is 1. So we got x equals to 1. So substitute this x value in any of the given equation, the first or a second, which is x plus 5. So x value is 1. So 1 plus 5. So y value becomes 6. So finally the answer ordered pair would be 1, 6. Guys, please tell me, guys, if you have any questions. Are you able to follow me? Sultan? Anna? Saxena? Okay. Okay, let's try one more question, okay? Just a second. 7x plus 6y equals to negative 9 and y equals to rather 2x plus y equals to 1. Okay, so these are the two equations, guys. We need to solve these equations. So how to solve these equations. Okay, let me explain using the substitution again. Why substitution, you can ask me? Because we don't have a same variable or a same constant. Here we have a 7, here we have a 2. Those two not equal. Here we have a 6, here we have a 1. The coefficients of y and x I'm talking about. So it's not possible to eliminate any variable. So better use the substitution method. But if you look at the second equation, we have 1 as a coefficient. So find the value or rather equation for y. So move this 2x to this side. If 2x comes to the other side, we'll get minus 2x plus 1. I hope everyone agrees with this step. Then write down the first equation, guys, which is 7x plus 6y equals to negative 9. Okay, and then please substitute. We already have a y value as 2x minus 2x plus 1. Please substitute this, replace this y with that. Can we do that? Yep. So plus 6. Okay, someone explained. Yes, thank you. 7. So 6 times open brackets minus 2x plus 1 equals to negative 9. I hope everyone agrees to this. Let me know, guys, if you have any questions. Now expand this, distribute. 7x plus, what is 6 times minus 2? Minus 12x, okay, plus 6, very good, Sultan, equals to negative 9. So what we need to do here, please move the 6 to the other side, this 6 to the other side. So what is 7x minus 12x? What is 7x minus 12x? And then minus 9 minus 6. Minus 9 minus 6. Okay, I will write it here. So we have a 7x minus 12x, which is minus 5x equals to, yeah, minus 9 minus 6, which is minus 15. I hope everyone agrees to this. And then we can find the x value by dividing both the sides by minus 5. So what is the x value, guys? 3. Okay, no. We are not finding the intercept. I mean, the y-intercept or x-intercept, Sultan. We just found the the x value. We need to find the y value using this equation. This equation is minus 2x plus 1. So substitute the x value here. So y equals to minus 2 times 3. What is minus 2 times 3 plus 1? Which is minus 6 plus 1. So y value would be minus 5. That's it. Now we got the answer for x as well as y. So that is the final answer. So the solution is x comma y, 3 comma minus 5. Guys, understand? Please ask me, guys, if you have any questions. I will explain again. I don't have any problem. Yep. Happy to help you if you have any questions. Please let me know. If not, we'll go to the next question. Waiting for your answers. Okay. Just a second, guys, then. Let me pick the correct question then. Next. Okay. So here is the next question. Let's say, I hope you guys are able to follow me in the substitution method. Now I will try to explain the elimination method. So the question is, solve these two equations and find the value of x comma y. So how do you solve these equations? So if we want, if required, we can try any of the method, but I'm going to explain the elimination method. There is no particular reason behind why elimination, but the simple reason is you can see the y coefficients here. The coefficients of y are same, okay, which is 1y and 1y. 1 is a coefficient, so which means we can eliminate y easily. So that's why I have chosen elimination method. So what is elimination? See, I'm just writing the equations and just draw one line. What you will do next, you just name it as the equations, equation 1 and equation 2. So you are going to add the equations. Either sometimes we will add, sometimes we subtract, it depends on a question. Since we have a negative y and positive y, how to eliminate this? Only when you add these two equations. So please add the equations. So what is minus 2x plus 3x? What is minus 2x plus 3x, guys? What is minus 2x plus 3x? Anybody? Anyone? X. So 3x minus 2x, which is same as, so minus 2x plus 3x is x. So I'm just adding vertically here, okay? So this value is x. And then what will happen to this? Minus y plus y. Minus y plus y, which is 0. So that means it cancels out. If you want to write 0, you can write it. But I'm not writing here because it cancels out. 0, no value. It has no value. Then the right side, we have minus 3 and 0. So what is minus 3 plus 0, which is minus 3, which means you got the value directly, guys, here, which is x equals to minus 3. Yes, Anna. So you got the x value. So what we need to do now, write any of the equation. Okay, I'm writing here. Any of the equation, it doesn't matter. Yes, take any of the equation. I'm taking the first equation. 2x minus y equals to minus 3. We got x value as minus 3. Please substitute that. Minus y equals to negative 3. 2 3s are 6. Minus 2 times minus 3 is plus 6. Minus y equals to minus 3. Minus y equals to minus 3 minus 6, which is minus 9. Minus y equals to minus 9. Y equals to a positive 9. So that is the value of y. Finally, the solution answer is x comma y, which is minus 3 comma 9. So please let me know, guys, if you have any questions in this. I hope I have gone with the good speed or the same understandable speed. If it is too fast, let me know. We'll try to reduce it a bit. So we're expecting some answers or some questions from you guys. Which means I will assume that everyone understand. Okay. Okay then, so let's try one more question. Just a second. Sultan, Saxena, any questions? Okay, so let's try to solve this question, guys. X plus 3y equals to 4. One more is x minus 2y equals to minus 1. So please, so this is a question. We need to solve it. So please just tell me which method would you like to use, or rather, which is the easier method to solve this question? Anybody? So how to? Which is the easiest method to go forward? We can use any of the method. That's not a problem. But we can use, okay, the one where you subtract. Sultan, I think you were trying to say the elimination. Anna said elimination. Yes, elimination. Because why elimination? Because just have a look at the coefficients of. Okay, Sultan. So just have a look at the coefficients of x, which is both 1. Okay, but both are positive signs. Okay, which means it's easily we can eliminate x here. But how? Since we have same signs, we need to subtract to eliminate. I hope everyone agrees to that. What do you mean by that? Subtract 1 minus 2. So x minus x. What is x minus x? 0. Cancels out. 3y minus of minus 2y. You want me to write separately? 3y minus of minus. No. We are not adding Sultan. We are subtracting 3y minus of minus 2y. So which is 3y minus of minus, which is plus 2y. So please careful, okay? If you're not able to solve directly, please write it down separately here. So and then 3y, which is nothing but 3 minus of minus 3, which is plus 5, guys. Then 4 minus, we have one more minus 1. So 4 minus of minus 1, which is 4 plus 1, which is 5. So 5y equals to 5, y equals to 1. Guys, let me know if you want me to explain again. We'll do that. If not, we'll continue. So we got y equals to 1, and please take any of the equation. This time I'm going to take the second equation. What is second equation, guys? X minus 2y equals to minus 1. So we are going to substitute y value here. What is the y value? We got 1. So x minus 2 times 1 equals to minus 1. So x minus 2 equals to minus 1. X equals to minus 1 plus 2, which means x equals to 1. So we got x equals to 1, y equals to 1. So the solution is 1 comma 1. I think one student is already explained this, already told the answer. So others, Sultan, Saxena, what do you think, guys? Understand? I know it might be difficult since you started now. You might need to, the practice more questions, I think. Any questions? If not, we'll try one more. Okay, so didn't get any questions. So let's move. Solve 2x 2x minus y equals to 1 and 4x plus 5 plus y equals to 8. So please let me know, guys, which method is comfortable using here. We can use any of the method. So which method is easier to solve? Elimination and accept? I think it is elimination method, because just have a look at the coefficients of y, which is 1 and 1, which means easily eliminate. We can eliminate the variable y. Okay. So just eliminate in a sense, this time you are going to add. You know why? Because we already have one negative sign, one positive sign. If we add, y minus y becomes a 0. That's why. So just add it. What is 2 plus 6? 2x plus 6x. Sorry, 2x plus 4x, which is 6x. Y minus y, 0, equals to 9. So what is x then? X equals to 9 divided by 6. It's not possible. We won't get whole number. Just simplify it. 3 3s or 3 2s or. Yes, yes, Sultan, very good. So x equals to, you can say 1.5 or 3 by 2. Both are fine. Okay, so we'll keep both, and let's see which one we need to substitute. Okay, we got the x value, guys. So now take the any equation, any of the equation as you wish. So I'm taking first equation here, so which is 2x minus y equals to 1. Just substitute the x value as 3 by 2 or 1 by 1.5 in this. So x value is 3 by 2 minus y equals to 1. So what will happen here, guys? 2 cancel out. If you want me to write one more step, 2 times 3 is 6. Okay, 6 by 2 minus y equals to 1, which is 3 minus y equals to 1 minus y equals to 1 minus 3. And finally, minus y equals to minus 2. So we got the answer, y as plus 2. Yes, Sultan, you're right. So, and if you solve that, we'll get y equals to plus 2. Please check. And that's it. What is the solution? We already have the answer, which is, you can write 3 by 2 comma 2, or else which is same as 1.5 comma 2. That's an answer. Let me know, guys, if you have any questions. Okay. So haven't got any questions? I think I'm done with the webinar. So I thought of explaining the other things as well, which is what are the types of solutions we will get. But maybe we'll do that in a different class. Okay. Instead, I will explain this one. Okay. Okay. So when we get the solutions, what are the, solution is nothing but a x comma y, right? That's what we learned, right? After solving the equations, linear equations, we'll ended up getting the values of x and y. So that is the solution. Okay. Which means we'll get the solution only it intersects. If the graph, in a graph, if you're using the graphical method, if lines are intersects, that is the solution. This is the value for a x comma y. This is the solution. Okay. What I mean to say here, guys, we will get the solution only if the lines intersects. We don't have a solution if it is a parallel lines. If the lines are parallel, we don't have a solution. We can't find the value of x or a y, which means it has no solution. If the lines are parallel, it has no solution. If the lines are intersecting, like the first graph, we will get the answer, one solution. Because at one place it is intersecting. The next one, if both the lines, both the equations are same, it is nothing but infinitely many solutions. I hope this might be confusing. I mean, try to explain you using the equations, guys. What I mean to say, y equals to 3x plus 5, y equals to 7x minus 3. If we are solving these two equations, we will get x value as something, y value as a value, which means these two equations, for these two equations, we will get the solution. Why? That's what I was trying to explain at the starting. M value, just check the M value, guys. M value, which is slope of the first line is 3, slope of the second line is 7. Both are different. If the slopes are different, we will get the value, we will get the solution. For example, if the slopes are same, what do you mean by that? This one. In this case, the slope of the first line is -4. The slope of the second line is also -4, which means these two are the parallel lines, which means it never intersects. These two equations won't get answer, which has no solution because the lines never intersects. So we can also confirm by looking at the equations itself. How? Using the slope values. If slopes are different, we will get the value. If slopes are same, we don't have a solution. So that is a no solution. And you could have saw one more thing, which is infinitely many solution. What do you mean by that? If the equations are same, if you are solving the same equations, it has a solution, but how many? All solutions, infinitely many solutions. Okay, but it's not, we are not writing any values like 5,2 or whatever. We will just write it has, or it is, the answer for this equations is infinitely many solutions. Yeah. So I hope everyone from class 10, that's why I have taken the class 10 topic, guys. If not, I could have started with the basics. So I just assumed that everyone from class 10, that's why I started from class 10. So these are the types of questions we can expect in class 10. So that's it of today's webinar, guys. So the questions are welcome. Please let me know, guys, if you have any questions. Anybody? Waiting? No? S? Sultan? Saxena? No? Okay. So I have a couple of questions to try. Just try one, okay? Just try one question. Please try this question. I don't mind which method you guys are using. Please try to solve this question and find the answer. So anybody is trying this question? Okay. Sultan, what do you think? Joseph is joined, I think, sometime back. So what do you think, Joseph? So we can use any of the method. So I'm using the elimination because the coefficients of the variables is same or same. So I'm using the elimination method. So I'm going to add equation 1 and equation 2. Equation 1 and equation 2. If we add it, yeah, exactly, Sultan, very good. So which means we will get x plus x equals to 2x and 5 plus 5 plus 1 is 6. So x equals to, very good, x equals to 3. So we got the x value. Then please take any of the equation as you wish. I'm taking the second equation this time. Okay, let's take the first equation better. Okay, because it has a plus y. So 3 plus y equals to 5 and y equals to 5 minus 3 that Sultan, please check. 3 goes to the other side, it becomes a minus 3. So y value would be 2. You agree? So the solution is 3, 2. So please practice more questions, guys. So I will inform the admin team to share this PPT with you. So I have a set of questions you can try. Okay. Thank you, guys. Please take care. Have a nice day, guys.